Hello everyone, my name is Sophie, a 28-year-old project manager working at a marketing firm in Chicago. I married my husband Alex, a firefighter, 2 years ago. At first, our marriage seemed stable and work was busy, fast-paced and demanding. However, it didn't take long for me to notice that Liam, one of the senior partners at the firm, was paying attention to me. Liam was known for his charisma, professionalism, and sharp intelligence. He was married with 2 children, but from my first week at the firm, I could feel his attention directed toward me. At first, this attention was subtle: a few extra minutes of conversation during meetings, a nod of approval during my presentations, and friendly comments that stood out compared to those from my colleagues. I thought it was just part of getting accustomed to a new workplace, and that he was simply being supportive. But over time, the lines blurred. Liam's interest became more apparent, with lingering looks and small jokes that only the 2 of us understood. Even though I tried to remain professional and distant, I couldn't deny the thrill of being noticed by someone as influential as Liam. The first time I realized things were changing was during a late-night meeting after work hours. Most of the staff had left, and it was just Liam and me discussing a major campaign. The conversation shifted from work to life in general, small things at first, the stress of work, hobbies, and our favorite places in the city. As we talked, the space between us seemed to shrink. He spoke about the challenges of balancing work and family life, the exhaustion it brought. It was unexpected to see someone so composed show vulnerability. I was drawn to his openness, and before I knew it, we were laughing over stories about city life. When Liam complimented me on how I handled a difficult client call earlier that week, it felt different, as if he truly understood and appreciated me. I left the office that night feeling more seen than I had in months. As weeks passed, our conversations became more frequent. Liam would often linger by my desk after meetings, sharing jokes or short stories. I tried to convince myself that it was nothing, that I was imagining the spark in his eyes. But the attraction between us was undeniable, something neither of us openly acknowledged but couldn't dismiss. One evening, when Alex was on a 24-hour shift, Liam invited me out for dinner to celebrate the completion of a major project. I hesitated at first, but accepted, telling myself it was just a professional dinner. The restaurant was cozy, with soft music and dim lighting. We talked about everything: how we got to where we were, what motivated us, even childhood memories. The warmth of his attention and the sincerity in his eyes when he said, "You're truly remarkable, Sophie," made my heart flutter with a mix of excitement and guilt. After that night, the dynamic between us shifted. Our meetings felt different, charged with an undercurrent of something more. The way he stood close, the way his voice lowered when he spoke to me, all of it hinted at an attraction neither of us would admit. I knew it was wrong. Alex, with his dedication and unwavering love, didn't deserve this, yet the excitement was intoxicating. One night, when we stayed late at the office, everything came to a head. The silence was heavy, broken only by the occasional hum of the HVAC system. We had finished our work, but neither of us moved to leave. Liam leaned against the desk, his eyes serious as he looked at me. "Sophie," he said, his voice steady but soft, "this isn't just in my head, is it?" I hesitated, the air between us thick with anticipation. I could have lied, laughed it off, but I didn't. "No, it isn't," I whispered. Before I could think, he reached out and took my hand. It was a simple gesture, but it felt monumental. The room seemed to shrink, the world outside forgotten. We stood there, caught between what we wanted and what we knew was right. "We can't do this," I said, finally finding my voice, though it trembled. "I know," he replied, but he didn't let go. For a moment, we stayed like that, the weight of our choices pressing down on us. Finally, I pulled my hand away and stepped back. The days that followed were filled with tension and stolen glances. Liam respected the line we had drawn, but the awareness between us never faded. I felt trapped in a cycle of excitement and guilt. Alex remained blissfully unaware, spending his days saving lives and responding to late-night calls. Every time I saw him, my heart twisted with shame. A month later, an unexpected shift occurred. One afternoon, I received a message from Liam asking to meet in a public park. When we met, he looked different, tired, conflicted. "We need to stop, really stop," he said, his voice low. "I've been unfair to my family and to you." Relief and sadness washed over me. "I know, it's time," I agreed, tears stinging my eyes. From that day, things gradually returned to normal. Liam and I kept our interactions strictly professional, and I made an effort to reconnect with Alex. It wasn't easy, but I realized the value of what I had. This experience taught me the importance of boundaries, respect, and facing difficult truths before things spiral out of control. As months passed, I heard that Liam was spending more time with his family and working on rebuilding his marriage. Our encounters at the office became less awkward, just brief greetings and professional conversations. I moved forward in my own life, spending more time with Alex, planning small trips and special moments. Rebuilding our bond became more meaningful with each passing day. It wasn't possible to completely erase the past, but each day was an opportunity for a new beginning. I now understood the true value of honesty and loyalty. The lessons I learned reminded me to never take the relationships I cherish for granted and to always prioritize the people I love. With time, I managed to build my life on a stronger foundation. Though there were moments filled with regret and self-reflection, I grew stronger day by day. In the end, I realized that being honest with those I care about and staying true to myself is the best way to protect what matters most. Please help me. Do you think my feelings are wrong? I would appreciate it if you write it in the comments. Don't forget to follow our channel for more.